Welcome back. My guest today is Ritesh Kakar, who is the co-founder of XDC Network. Ritesh is a seasoned technology entrepreneur, investor, co-founder of the XDC Network and XVC Tech. Under his leadership, XDC Network has achieved enterprise traction in trade finance, payments, DPIN, and real-world asset tokenization. Ritesh, so good to have you here at the iconic New York Stock Exchange. It's a real pleasure to welcome you today.
Thank you, Vincent, for having me here at New York Stock Exchange. I'm very excited to be here.
Well, excited to have you here. Excited to hear the story. For our viewers who may not be familiar with XDC Network, maybe just tell us a little bit about the story and how you got here today, 7 or 8 years later as the overnight sensation.
Yeah. So we started almost 8 years back, and we realized that underlying technology is going to be very much useful for the not only for the business but also for the larger institutions and government. But we saw some of the problems from a tech side where the transaction time was very high, fees was very high during those times, and the smart contract technology was prominent. So we created a network. We changed the consensus to proof of stakes from proof of work, and we made EVM compliant blockchain networks trusted, which is like anyone can hold RWA, whether it's a stock or like bond or like tokenized assets or a trade documents. So we tried and created a trusted network for the cross-border settlements and payments.
Well, you say it so humbly, and I had the pleasure of having a conversation with you earlier. When you talk about proof of stake, you were doing this, what, 6, 7 years ago?
Yeah, 2018. So we started during 2018 on a testnet, and we are live since 2019. So it's one of the longest change when it comes to proof of stake.
Well, congratulations. That's, having that view and kind of innovation so early on. That was, as I say, the earliest I ever heard of.
Yeah, thank you so much. So basically, I myself and my co-founder Atul comes. He's from a tech background. I am more from finance and economic background. So we try to work out like what might be the future of the technology, future of money. So during the when we gather all these thought processes, we came out with XDC Network as a future of a technology which is useful for future of money and future of settlement.
Well, I want to take that step back to the early days, leap forward, new administration here in the United States, executive orders, a whole different regulatory framework. Maybe you can share from not only your lens at XTC, but a global lens of what you're seeing and what that may mean for us.
Yeah. So right now, if you look at last few months, is very exciting for a blockchain technology. If you look at Genius Stablecoin Act, or if you look at the anti-surveillance of CBDC tax, or you look at Clearing Act, or you look at ISO 20022 mandate around a payments company, this all came together. So we are sitting in a way where government started supporting underlying technology. They already realized this is the future of technology. So this brings lots of trust from the traditional institutions, and traditional institution when they comes into the started using technology, they brings with trillions of dollars of traditional money. So it's a very exciting time for United States, and I like to say it's United States can be the crypto hub of the world.
Well, I think our current administration loves to hear you say that for sure. Ritesh, we hear a lot about TradFi meeting, DeFi. Is this the moment because of regulation, because of exchange traded funds? And I'd like to get your view on exchange traded products or ETPs more broadly. Is this the point in time where we start to see that adoption?
If you look at ETP and ETF, it started just few months back. And after the government approval of various Bitcoin ETF, you will see like more than 40 to 50 billion worth of traditional funds came into these digital assets. And now I see this is just the beginning, because they are sitting on like trillions of dollars of fiat money, and they are looking for the new asset class. And during this last 6 months, you will find people started accepting institution like BlackRock. They are having reserve for Bitcoin. Even like United States or like UK government, they started keeping Bitcoin as a reserve currency. So we are sitting on a very interesting time, and this all regulation clarity will bring larger fund flow in digital assets.
So fair to say, not putting words in your mouth, we may still be in the early days.
Very early. Like I give you one example. Like if you look at the cross-border settlements, banks, they settle almost like between 5 trillion to $50 trillion worth of transaction in a day. While if you look at a digital asset, it's not even $1 trillion for entire year. So there is a huge potential for next 5 to 10 years of time where, people started realizing about the technology and they started getting more adoption around digital assets and stable coins, especially.
It makes so many of us excited to hear that and hear it coming from a pioneer like yourself who've been so influential and early in this space. Yeah, I'd love to get your view when we talk about RWAs or real world assets. That we've heard so much about this new term in the last, 12 months perhaps. Tell me your thoughts, and is XDC doing anything meaningful in the space?
Yeah. So XGC, if you look at some of the old videos 9 years back, we always focused around RWA. In fact, RWA world came very later on. So whether it's a tokenization of a gold or a tokenize of US Treasuries or tokenization of real estate, tokenizer of equities, all of our partners, they are doing. So we are already doing that part on existing networks. So people started trusting, and people call enterprise and compliance friendly network as existing networks. And in trade and finance ways also, if you look at whenever the ship is moving from one country to another company, very less financial institution like to fund those transactions. So here we can use underlying technology, and they can create, like one example, like you can create bill of lading, electronic version of bill of lading, and uh, goods is moving from Indonesia to New York, and person from some other country, they can fund that transactions. So this open up a large market, for trade finance, payments, settlements, stable coins, RWAs.
And when we talk about, I'd say there's some traditional assets going to be to some degree as gold, as you reference.
Yeah.
Moving that into a blockchain smart contract format as an RWA, does that increase the engagement, the new use cases, or is it frankly the fact that we can transact and move gold or its underlying asset much more easily?
So it's basically complementary to all the traditional assets. So gold is already like asset since hundreds of years. But now using this underlying technology, we can make it more fractionalized. We can move gold very fastly. We can trade fastly. Will efficiently. Even you can buy gold worth like 0.1 gram as well. So this is technology is in complementary, like same like internet we used to do, where internet, like you used to do communication via postcards, now through email. It's the same thing, but complementary technology makes things much faster.
So that term of it being a true evolution,
Technology.
being led by technology for sure. And I don't know if it's a fair question or that we can talk about it, but I was so impressed in some of our earlier conversation about some of your approach to partnership and collaboration and some great partners that you have around the world. Can you share any of those with us?
Yeah. So we have great partners all over the world. So as a network, it's a global network, but we require compliant, regulated partners locally. So we have partnerships like in Japan, we are a partner with SBI Holding, one of the biggest financial firm. In MENA region, we are working closely with DMCCs and EDGM. UK, we are working with ARCEX. They are also regulated in UK. In US, we are working closely with Securitize. So if you look at money market funds and other, they Securitize the main platform in US right now. So we have large, even in Latam, we have prominent partners in Brazil and other countries. So it's a great partnerships, and we try to make it a global network, and even a local institutions, a regulated institute can able to work with existing networks. That is our main motto.
Well, amazing testimony to the approach of XDC and certainly the company that you're keeping. So no wonder you're having such fine success. Ritesh, again, without giving away any secret sauce, can you share with us a bit about what's next? What's the roadmap looking like?
See, first of all, we are sitting on a very interesting time, and we are also excited about tech side. We did XDC 2.0, and it's become very stable. It's a very secure network now. Just recently, we launched ETP for XDC in European region with Euronext 21 share is our issuers for ETP. And now the best part is we are going to apply for ETF for XDC.
Oh, wow. You hear that? I don't know if you're hearing it first, but hearing it early. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive one that we are going to launch. See, first of all, we are like sitting on a very interesting time, and we are also excited about tech side. We did XDC 2.0, and like it's become very stable. It's a very secure network now. Just recently, we launched ETP for XDC in European region with Euronext 21 share is our issuers for ETP. And now the best part is we are going to apply for ETF for XDC.
Oh, wow. You hear that? I don't know if you're hearing it first, but hearing it early. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's a very exclusive one that we are going to launch ETF. So we are applying with SEC within like a couple of weeks.
Wow, congratulations. I think, seeing what's happened with so much of the inflows, as you referenced earlier today, along the ETFs, and here at the New York Stock Exchange, certainly 60% out of all the ETFs trade here. So it's really wonderful to hear you talking about that. And it really becomes a testimony, I think, again, to where the market is moving around the acceptance and the engagement of crypto and digital assets.
Yeah, you must be knowing about last IPO of a Circle Internet, like crazy. Like they issued at $31, and within no time, price went to $300, like 10x within like couple of days, within a week or two. And this, like it's a total validation that institutions they are ready, larger governments they are ready, business is also ready to start a new technology evolution.
Well, I guess that is great closing words when we think about what's really becoming this global adoption of crypto, leaders like yourself getting their due and the recognition and the use cases that you're solving for. Really a delight to have you on air today with us to share some of the insight. Have to have you back soon and give us an update.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here.
It's
a pleasure to meet you.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, you heard it here. You heard it here at Coffee and Crypto. The ETF race is about to begin, and this is about to be one of the dynamic catalysts to actually take the digital asset space to the next level. Good morning, each and every single one of you all. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Vincent Owens. I'm your host on this show. We've been doing this for 290 episodes as of today, and I don't see us stopping really anytime soon. Shout out to everybody on YouTube. We got a lot of new viewers, a lot of new followers, and we're almost back to this channel. The last channel we had, I think we reached almost 1,000 subscribers, and we were able to do that one pretty fast. Ever since then, I believe we kind of been like shadow banned a little bit. I believe they kind of shadow banned my page. I'm not going, I don't know, but so we're almost back to 1,000 subscribers. One of the biggest things, if you ever want to know how you can help Coffee and Crypto, is just by sharing our show, making sure you subscribe, sharing this and letting other people know to subscribe, because our subscribers is what will help us be able to take our channel to the next level. And I'm just super grateful to be on this race with each and every single one of you all. Today is a very special day. As of I believe yesterday or today, we have had the presidential working group document officially be released and all types of stuff, right? The White House is moving and they're moving fast. The video, hopefully you all were here on time, but the video that we watched right before this was the CEO of XDC, which is ZenFin Network, and what their technology and their use case is focused on is trade finance. So if you are familiar, trade finance is one of the largest realms of finance because everything is traded, right? There is a source, and then there is a place that the source is sending their product, right? Whether that's corn, whether that's coffee, whether that's metals and other types of materials. Doesn't matter what it is. Everything has to go from point A to point B. And typically in the middle, there is, things don't move from point A to point B without some type of money, right? There has to be financing. Well, in the traditional world, that financing is more accessible to countries that are not considered third or second world countries, but these premier countries like the United States, certain majority of Europe, the UK, places where their currencies are not shot. but places where, are third world countries, maybe, I don't know, all types of places, right? You can only think about it, Brazil, anywhere, right? When you think about these countries, they are the ones that's creating these coffee, this coffee product. They're the ones that's creating these other agricultural products, these automotive products. These third world countries are the places that are doing that. And the things that we are not able to get in the United States, we have to import them in. And there's a level of financing. And when you have farmers and you have people that are in other countries that don't have access to capital fast enough, it ties up the supply chain, right? And so the financing of the supply chain, the financing of trading is what XDC is focused on. And we just heard it first that they're doing a bunch of ETPs, exchange traded products all over the world, but they're about to sit down in about 1 to 2 weeks and go into conversation with the SEC about getting a XDC ETP or ETF here in the United States. So, that y'all should be bullish. Everybody should own somewhat some XDC. Some of you all are extremely bullish on XDC, and I know that. So just don't forget about me. You know what I mean? That's all I say. Hey, don't forget about VO, man. You know what I mean? Don't forget about me. For the ones that's loaded up on XDC, don't forget about your boy, okay? Because I definitely am proud of y'all. I'm proud of y'all for sticking the course and doing what y'all have to do. Yes, XDC potentially may have an ETF, but for sure, they are about to go up head to head against the SEC and start applying for this. So, expect the unexpected or expect the expected. I don't know, but either way, expect it. Okay. So I want to go ahead and dive into today's show. That was the first part that we watched, and this was directly on XDC's Twitter. It says, "From Wall Street to the world, XDC Network's co-founder joined by Vincent Molinari, CEO of FinTech TV Global." Shout out to Vince, man. All the Vince out here, all the Vincents out here just working out here, man. You know what I mean? The Vincents, we don't play, Vince got his show, I got my show. You know what I mean? So shout out to the Vinces, man. But at the New York Stock Exchange to share how XDC Network is transforming finance, combining blockchain's speed, cost efficiency, and compliance to power real-world asset tokenization, trade finance, and also cross-border payments. With global partnerships, regulatory alignment, and a vision rooted in utility, XDC is ready for the next wave. An ETF listing, billions of dollars in real-world assets tokenized, and a stable enterprise-grade blockchain in their new XDC 2.0. It is going down, y'all. Okay. They're not, and remember, we just read on Tuesday, okay, just so y'all can see this real quick, so I can bring it back home for y'all. I just want to bring it back home for y'all. I just want to bring it back home for y'all real quick. Here we go, right here. Okay. I just want to bring it back home for y'all. Directly on Binance, which is the largest exchange in the world, we're excited to announce that XDC is now listed on Binance. So you can now go over to Binance and you can also purchase XDC. Now, I think this is a perfect time for a disclaimer. Coffee and Crypto podcast, we do not offer financial advice. So this is not financial advice, okay? This is just entertainment, right? This is for entertainment purposes. This is for research purposes. This show is to do the research, okay? Any asset that you hear about on Coffee and Crypto, we are not responsible for you investing into it, losing money, making money, or anything, right? So we definitely would recommend that you get with a financial advisor. 9 times out of 10, your financial advisor won't be able to talk to you about crypto today. The only thing they'll be able to talk to you about is the Bitcoin ETFs. So you'll have to be a little more patient. But if you wait until a financial advisor, I'm just being real. I just want to put this as part of the disclaimer too. If you wait for a financial advisor to have the legal clarity to advise you on crypto, when that's something you could have advised yourself on before they could even legally get into it, all right, I'm not going to call you what I was about to say because that would be rude. But I think that could be the biggest mistake. Truthfully, I believe that could be the biggest mistake that you can make because you got to realize something. If Bitcoin was at around 50,000, 60,000, maybe less, around that area, right before they announced the Bitcoin ETF. As soon as they announced, and if you guys need a little refresher, y'all know you know I'll pull it up on the charts. VO ain't scared to pull it up on the charts now. So let me just remind y'all of what this looked like, right? So January of 2024. Now let's go real quick and let's see. Let's ask ChatGPT. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT this question real quick. Okay, I'm gonna say, what date did the first Bitcoin ETF launch? Okay, and let's see what date, so we can go back to that date. Okay. Okay, here we go. So the first Bitcoin ETF in the US wasn't approved until January 10th of 2024. So let's go back to my chart real quick, okay? And let's go back to January of 2024. They say January 10th. That's somewhere right here. Okay. Well, this is January 19th, 18th. All right, but that's up in here. Okay. So during that same time, they announced the Bitcoin ETF. And excuse me, family, it went from $38,000 to $74,000 in the matter of from January to March. So in 3 months or less, we saw Bitcoin go over double. It did more than, well, actually, that might be right at double. Bitcoin pretty much doubled in price. Anybody following me? Drop some coffee if you're with me here, right? Bitcoin doubled in price. Then we saw all of 2024, after it doubled in price, we saw it start to pull back. We start to pull back, and we had to wait until when? We had to wait until October and November, which was the election time, for Bitcoin to take back off and go from 59,000 up to where it is today. Well, before then, it went up to $108,000. Today, we saw it go up to 123,000. Bitcoin has been on a steep climb since the Bitcoin ETF. Is anybody following me? Okay. So, all right. So Bitcoin is just one asset. So let's just talk about it in terms of XDC, right? When XDC or XRP or HBAR or any of these ticker symbols that we've talked about for years establishes a US dominant SEC ETF, along with ETFs in other countries as well, like Germany, like the UK, like all these exchanges, like, Japan. Once we see these ETFs take off, we're going to see similar rallies and similar moves over the next couple of years, especially moving into 2030 when everything will be set. So you don't have a long time. And quite frankly, it's July 31st. Tomorrow's August 1st. Somebody drop the date on the chat box. Somebody drop the date, because maybe people need to read the date for tomorrow so that you can actually wake up. Because after today, tomorrow, family, we only have 5 more months left in this year. How did this year go by so fast? How did this year go by so fast? 2026 has already began, and we're about to see cryptocurrency start to rally. And this time, the rallies are going to be based off of pure utility. It's going to be placed off of pure liquidity providers, LPs that are going to start engaging with this market. I want to say congratulations to all the people who stayed down, who stayed true. I want to say congratulations to all the ones that will be joining the revolution very soon, because this revolution will be televised and we're getting ready to go to the moon, family. All right. Now, y'all know we've been having our eyes on a couple of different projects. I didn't mean to actually bring this one up, but since it's up already, then we just gonna go ahead and you know what I mean? We're gonna go ahead and rock with it, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and lean with it, rock with it. All right. So let's go ahead and pull it up. So right now we are up 7%, right? We're up 7% on ZB. Hold on, why is it not working? Sorry, y'all, give me 2 seconds. Okay, anyway, we are up. Well, on the year, sheesh, I didn't even do that. I didn't mean to do that, but on the year, in 1 year so far, and the year is not over, we're up 375% for the last year on this token, 375%. Can anybody give me any stock? And if you can, that's okay. But what I'm trying to prove to you is this is not the only crypto that I can give you that went up over 300% in the last year. I can give you so many that's done that. Can you give me 10 stocks, 10 of them off the top of your head that have went up over 300% in the last year? Can anybody do that? And if so, I'm gonna bring you up right now. Okay, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk. But I personally cannot give you 10 stocks that have went up 300+%. But I can give you 10 cryptos off the top of my head without even looking that went up over 300% in the last year. That should show you how early we are in volatility to this market. So if you all are not familiar with ZBEC Network, okay, ZBEC Network is a sleeper within our community. Now, if you were a part of our community, you know, in our Discord, you could have got into this when there wasn't even a number right here and there was still a 0 and we were still working on this number, this fraction. We were still working on this fraction, right? Some people got in at 0.0008, 0.0009, right? 0.001, okay? If you got in that early, you should be sitting on at least 500,000 ZBCNs. That's my honest opinion. If you got in that early, you should be sitting on bare minimum at least 500,000. And if you're not sitting on 100,000 ZBCNs, then, you know, I'm not here to judge, but I am here to tell you to do better next time, because you had an opportunity to get 100,000 ZBCNs for at least $100 or less. Today, 100,000 ZBCNs, if we were to go and type it in real quick, 100,000 ZBCNs, if y'all look right here at our converter, it'll cost you $551 is what it would cost you today. $551. So even if, let's see. So now let's go over the last month and let's see if we can find ZBCN at 0.001. Let's just do the last year. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Here we go. 0.001. So in May of this year, just a few months ago, you could have been buying at 0.0015. That means for $150, for $150, you could have got 100,000 tokens for $150. So from May to July 31st, okay, which is 2 months, your $100 and something, $150 could be worth $551 today. So let's talk about it. So when it was 0.001, if you had to put $500 in at that point, okay, let's raise the stake. Let's say you had put 500. So the same price that 100,000 is worth today, let's say you had to put that in at 0.001. You would own at least 500,000 tokens. Now let's go and look. So you put in $500 in. Let's go and look at what 500,000 tokens is worth today. 500,000 tokens a day would be worth $2,700 plus. So that means in 2 months, a $500 investment grew to $2,700. I know we got some people on the call right now that's made, if you've made a couple $100 to maybe a couple $1,000 with us here at Coffee and Crypto, just on this one alone in the last 2 months, just light me up with some coffee real quick. If you've made money with me, just drop coffee in the chat box and let's light it up real quick. Okay. Let's just light it up one time. Okay. Because, hey, I know for a fact that this one right here has done us very well this year alone. Okay. And there's so many others that we could talk about. But one of the things you want to do is join our Discord group so you can get these offers. You can get these assets early, and you get 3 days for free in our Discord group. And you can choose whether you want to do our $20 a month or our $50 a month plan. It's completely up to you, but come in for the first 3 days for free. It doesn't cost you anything. It actually costs me more. It costs me more to bring you in for 3 days and then for you to cancel your card ahead of time so that you don't get charged 20 bucks. Your ass ain't never gonna get rich, bro, sis. Okay? I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you. If you can't pay $20 for 1 month, $50 for 1 month to learn information, man, stay your ASS over there. Okay? Because we don't even want nothing to do with you. Okay? Anyway, let's continue, right? And for my early people, you could have been buying ZBAC Network at 0.0008, 0.0007, right? You could have been buying this asset way lower, okay? But you have to be plugged in. Now, I want to show you all exactly how ZBAC Network got me feeling, and I just cannot wait, okay? I cannot wait until it goes up. We don't need that. We don't need it to go that high. A lot of us got Shiba Inu dreams for ZBAC Network, but Shiba Inu don't got real utility like a ZBAC Network. So for my ZBACians out there, this one's for you. And then we're going to go ahead and dive into today's bullish content.
And you like me for it. I look around so I can see anything. I look around the bed and I'm not I'm different to me. Maybe one and still be. Maybe stay back.
Y'all dancing with us? Are y'all up dancing right now? Who dancing? It'll never be the way it was before. Yeah, let's go. Hey, I don't think y'all really feeling me, man. Hey, listen, who is never gonna be the same? I'm never gonna be the same when these assets go up. Yes, I'm never gonna be the same again. Does anybody feel me? Listen, I'm a differenter now. I am different now. It is different. This time around is different. We packed our bags. This time around, this bull run around is different. I'm not the same as I was. There's nothing that I do that is the same. Come on, y'all. Listen, man. Y'all see the Ferrari in the background. Everything it's all on purpose. It's all gonna be on purpose, y'all. Y'all just know things is not gonna be the same as it was. With that being said, here's the reason why.
Board positions America as the leader in digital asset markets, strengthens the role of the US dollar, combats illicit finance, and ensures fairness and predictability.
Our goal is to deliver on the president's promise to make the U.S. the crypto capital of the world. And that wouldn't happen without our leadership in this building, being our AI and cryptos, our David Sachs. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at this yet. It's a pretty impressive tome.
This report is a culmination of months of research and over 1,000 meetings between industry stakeholders and members of the president's working group on digital asset markets.
Thanks to the leadership of President Trump, the regulatory weaponization against digital assets is finished.
Yes.
Department of Justice's priority is focusing on going after bad actors who victimize digital asset investors.
Together, we will make the U.S. crypto capital of the world.
Yes, we will.
Join us in celebrating this report. God bless you all.
Yes. They got me feeling like Nutty Professor up in here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, we will. Yes, we can. Yes, we will. Yes, 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 yes. Hercules. Yes, Hercules. Right? I'm feeling like I'm feeling good today, y'all. All right. It's a beautiful day. Right? It's a beautiful day. Okay. I hope y'all are ready because y'all already know what I pulled up. Y'all know what I had to dive and dig and go find real quick. Y'all know what I had to go get. Y'all know I had to go find it. So here it is. Strengthening American Leadership in Digital Financial Technology, a 166-page report that we're able to get all because we pay attention, all because we know how to find the research, all because we're the GOATs. We do this in real time, y'all. There's other people that play about it. There's other people that, have fandemonium. There's a lot of these people out here got fandemonium over crypto. They got fandemonium. We don't got fandemonium here. We really do the research, right? And if you didn't know, you're going to know today. So the digital asset ecosystem. So in this entire 166-page document, here's the chapters. Digital asset ecosystem. They talk about market size and trends, market participants, key regulators and oversight, market activities. The third chapter they talk about is digital asset market structure, establishing a taxonomy for digital assets, enabling the trading of digital assets at the federal level, creating a lasting framework for digital asset market structure. Chapter 4, banking in digital assets, banking engagement with digital assets, current regulatory framework, access to providing banking services, capital, and other applicable regulatory treatment. Number 5, chapter 5, stable coins and payments, whole section on that. Payment systems. They're about to talk about the new payment systems in rails, innovation in payments, central bank digital currencies, promoting the competitiveness of the US dollar through digital asset payments and capital markets. The US dollar ain't going nowhere. All the people that think it's about to, like, they're about to switch it around. All we need is liquidity. All we need is for stable coins to pump the right way so we don't have to print money no more. We got to be able to turn the printing press off and get more used to just pressing a button to print more money, right? We don't need to print money anymore. We just need to press buttons now. This is what this is going to talk about. Chapter 6, countering illicit finance, right? Obviously, they're going to go through all of the different things with illicit finance. The last chapter, taxation. Of course, how does Uncle Sam get his share? Now, and look, if we can follow all of this, we will be successful. Okay, here's the table of contents. Okay, but let's continue to push down. Okay, let's continue to push down. Let's continue to push down. Right? I wanted to go to something real quick for y'all. This is a big document, so excuse me, for me not being able to go through the whole thing with y'all, okay? But something I do want to talk about real quick, and I'm gonna zoom in because I know some of y'all might be a little bit blind, and that's okay. Okay, it's okay. That's okay. I ain't making fun of you. That's okay. All right, but I do keep y'all in mind. Okay, got to keep y'all in mind too. Okay, so software wallets versus hardware wallets. This right here, like if y'all think about it, if you've ever taken a boot camp with coffee and crypto, right? I've went over all this stuff. I have a curriculum right now that can go into school systems, governmental entities to help them advance. I can sit down with corporate, anybody. I don't care if you're a billion-dollar CEO. I can sit down with my curriculum that's been able to develop, and the team has been able to go through and be able to start to make it better. Shout out to John. Shout out to Sana. Shout out to my team, right? For helping me improve this boot camp, right? Now we have something that was created by me, but now I can turn the M upside down to we because I got a team, right? I never had a team before. It's my first time, okay? Y'all don't get mad at me because I got a team and you ain't got a team, okay? Don't be mad at me. I got a team. Maybe you ain't got a team. I got a team. I'm grateful for that, okay? So we got a team, okay, here at Coffee and Crypto. Now I want to show y'all something real quick. I want to show y'all something. Let's scroll down. Let's scroll down. Okay, they talk about oracles. Y'all know about oracles, right? Blockchain oracles. Well, if you don't know what an oracle is, let me tell y'all what an oracle is, okay? An oracle is I don't even know the word to use for it, but it's basically a tool on the blockchain that is used to bring off-market data, off-chain data on chain. So let's say, for instance, you wanted to track the weather in real time, but you wanted to create some type of blockchain use case for weather, right? I don't know, right? You need a weather use case. Well, weather changes so fast. And if you don't have an oracle to pull that weather data from the largest weather data providers in the world to bring that on chain, then how can you keep up with the weather data when it changes so fast, right? That's just one example of how, it could be utilized. Another example is the stock market, right? When we're talking about the stock market, that is data, but it's not on chain. So when they start to put the stock market on chain, there's going to be an oracle in between the old system and the new system that's going to give you real-time stock market values, because that data in the new system has to be pulled from the old system. That's going to be done through what's called an oracle. So people say, oh, well, what is an oracle, right? Well, let's take a look at a couple of things, okay? So let's take a look at a couple of things. So blockchain oracles, right? You can see this here, boom, 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 boom. Okay, but something I want to show y'all real quick, okay? It says, it is important to acknowledge that blockchain technology and the opportunity it provides did not emerge from TradFi or Washington, D.C. think tanks. Conversations to open internet forums and mailing lists were launch pads for figures like Satoshi Nakamoto to outline and debate core principles for a new decentralized system of trust. Throughout the report, there are references to original posts, okay, to this original post. Now, I want y'all to look right down here. I'm going to show y'all something real quick when it comes to these oracles. Okay, now these are the most important things right here, okay? These little, I don't know. Some people, I'll be honest, some people never went and got a master's degree, or maybe you've never done like a high-level report before in school. So in school, when you go and do a thesis or a dissertation or anything like that, even in elementary school, actually, no, when you do a science project in elementary school, you got to cite your sources too. So we all should understand that. Okay, now, the sources down here that are cited, I want to show y'all one. Number 26, it says the graphic prepared by Chainlink. Oh, wow. Okay. So, see, this is the type of stuff that you got to pay attention to if you want to know what to invest into it for your future. If you want to know, hey, Vincent, what should I invest into? Well, VO shouldn't have to tell you, VO shouldn't have to tell you like, oh, you should be investing into, this, that, whatever, right? I don't know what it'd be about. Let's clear this out real quick. Okay, let's see. Chain. I don't know what it is about this. Sometimes it be acting crazy. Y'all, I don't know if y'all ever experienced that. Sometimes I can't search for certain tokens, but a good thing is Chainlink is a top token. It's a top 20 token. So we can just go over to Chainlink directly on CoinMarketCap. It's the number 14 coin in the world. It's sitting at $17.37 today. All right, sitting at $17.37 today. Chainlink is, okay? And if you want to know what it does, okay, well, founded in 2017, Chainlink is a blockchain abstraction layer that enables universally connected smart contracts through a decentralized Oracle network. Chainlink allows blockchains to securely interact with external data feeds, events, and payment methods, providing the critical off-chain information needed by the complex smart contracts to become the dominant form of digital agreement. So Chainlink is the good morning. Chainlink is the source that pulls information from the outer world into this new ecosystem of blockchain. Okay, so I just wanted to just give y'all one example of how you could get wealthy on your own without coffee and crypto, right? I'm not the end all be all, but I could teach you how to do the research. I can show you what you need to look for. Oh, so we know that if Chainlink made this graphic, and this graphic is on the White House's website, is it safe to say that Chainlink might be one of them ones? Is it safe? Am I safe to say that it might be? I didn't say it is. Might be. Still got to use say might be. Okay. Is it safe to say that it might be? Like Gucci say, I might be. I might be. Okay. It might be. All right. Also, this was a press release from 2023. Look at this right here. Citigroup. They even used this document in there, right? Look at this right here. Look at this. Franklin Templeton. So there's so many different documents that you could dive into that could literally like, you just go get blue in the face, okay? They even have a adoption calendar. Now, digital asset ecosystem. I want to dive into this real quick. There's a couple of things in these things that I want to show you all. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go, right here. Architecture of DeFi. Is John Jackson in the building? Is my DeFi coordinator around today? I know that he has got a lot of projects going on today. But this right here is super dope. Okay, I want y'all to see this real quick. Okay, understanding the DeFi technology stack is integral to understanding the DeFi ecosystem. Understanding the DeFi technology stack, number 58. So that's source 58. So that's going to be at the bottom, and we're going to see what is the DeFi technology stack they're talking about. Oh, I'm so excited for y'all. Today is a joyous day, y'all. Today you should be standing up, jumping for joy. And if you haven't done so, we can do it together. I don't care. You feel me? Because there ain't nothing they can't stop us. It's over with. It's over with. The president has spoke. It's all in the documentation. So check this out, y'all. Decentralized financial technology stack. Okay. Let's go ahead and break it down real quick. Okay. Let's just go ahead and break it down real quick. I'm gonna just go ahead. I'm just trying to move a little slow so y'all have time to read. But I want y'all to see this DeFi stack, getting a grip on the DeFi ecosystem. Where did they pull the information for the DeFi stack? Well, let's go over here real quick and let me show you, because VO don't play. They pulled it directly from the Hedera website. I'm gonna take a lap. Good God. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. On no, they did not do that. That is crazy work, y'all. That's crazy. So what is the DeFi stack? The DeFi ecosystem has several layers, and each one has a profound impact on those above and beneath it. The system is called a stack because the layers are hierarchical and build on one another. They are commonly identified as settlement, asset, protocol, application, aggregation. Oh my God. They told y'all NFTs was done. They aren't. They lied to you. Look at this. NFTs are part of the DeFi stack. Decentralized exchanges are part of the DeFi stack. Stable coins are part of the DeFi stack. They said a sturdy DeFi stack. Does anybody know how to get sturdy? We got any people can get sturdy? Can you get sturdy? Can we get sturdy on the call real quick? Can we get sturdy? This is crazy. This don't even make sense. But it was all on purpose. I got my H-bar bags, Pat. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to the digital asset report. And let's scroll back down real quick to where we were. Okay. Sorry, I lost track. Okay, look at that right there. Okay. So again, the DeFi stack was produced on this document July 13th, 2025, the last time it was visited by them, okay, through Hedera. So is it safe to say that H-bar might be one of them? Is it safe to say that H-bar could potentially be one of those? Okay. 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 Hold on. I'm not done. I'm not done. Let's see here. Oh, I typed in Ripple and Ripple came up 2 times. So let's just click right here and see what was this about. Ripple CEO says more crypto firms may leave the US due to confusing rules. This was back in May 18th of 2023, Brad Garlinghouse. So they pulled that document. So let's just see, why did they pull that document? You know, what was the conversation in that particular part of, you know, everything? So let's take a look real quick, okay? So they talked about blockchain network support. They talked about decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs. They talk about blockchain developers, okay? Developers and protocol teams. So in this, you got to realize that over the last couple of years, the United States, right? The United States has been the preeminent country for blockchain development, right? Before it wasn't. Now the US is becoming more sound to be able to develop blockchain networks. Why is that? Why is that, family? Because now we're getting the laws. Now we're getting the policies passed. Now people feel more comfortable with jumping in. I would highly recommend that y'all go over this entire document. I wanted to just give y'all a little bit of it. Like, obviously, we can't do 166 pages together, and we do have to move on. Oh, wait. I got one more to show y'all real quick. I don't know if I can find it. I know I can. And I already found it. Look at that. I can do whatever I want to do. Let's go. Okay, I want to show y'all something real quick, okay? Before we get there, let's see. Talks about tokenization. Here we go. Now, tokenization refers to the practice of using blockchain to record ownership of an asset. These assets can take form of just traditional financial assets, such as money market fund shares or bank deposits, or non-financial assets such as trade receivables or interest in rare items such as art or collectibles. Industry estimates suggest that over $600 billion in real-world assets could be tokenized by 2030. Okay. All right, that sounds good, right? That sounds good, right? But let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something. Let's scroll down. So now we got the process, right? So the tokenization process. So right here it says traditional financial asset. Let me zoom in a little bit for y'all real quick. It says traditional financial assets, issuer, and then tokenized financial asset, which is available on a blockchain rails that can move 24/7. So over here, traditional rail available on traditional financial rails that only move 9 to 5 during the weekdays. So your stock market, your banks, all that stuff, you can only access these things from 9 to 5 on the weekdays. Once we start to get tokenized, you can access any of these assets 24/7 and move them around. Now, who's going to be the issuer? Oh my Lord. Why did they put it directly here? Like, why they do us that way? Like, what are they doing? Ondo, ONDO. So is it safe to say that the one that we called out, another one that we called out, Ondo Finance, is it safe to say that they might just be a part of it too? Is it safe to say that? I'm just wondering if it's safe. Because if it ain't safe to say it, then I'll be quiet. But this graphic right here at the top was prepared by Ondo Finance. And they pulled it. Yeah, I know, TJ. It's okay, TJ. We gonna be all right, brother. Listen, we gonna be all right, brother. We gonna be good. Okay? Don't and I got way more than that, y'all. Like, it's so much in this. I just can't go through the whole document. Okay. But you should. Okay. So I want to play this quick 29-second clip because a lot has changed over the last 3 years for even major banks like JP Morgan Chase.
I've always been deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, et cetera. You pointed out the only true use case for it is criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. And that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that. If I was the government, I'd close it down.
Okay.
I've always been.
Everybody around him says, everybody around him was looking at his, like, if y'all look at bro and sis face right here. Hold on. I gotta play it one more time. Look at their face.
Deeply opposed to crypto, Bitcoin, et cetera. You pointed out the only true use case for it.
Like, what is he talking about?
Drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. And that is a use case because it is somewhat anonymous, not fully, and because you can move money instantaneously, and because it doesn't go through, as you mentioned, all these systems have built up over many years, know your customers, sanctions, OFAC, they can get bypass all of that.
That's the face. This is the face I give to anybody that's talking like that about crypto these days. Like that's the face. Like he gives Vincent Owens energy all day. I exemplify him and he exemplifies me. Okay, now that was in 2023. Jamie Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan Chase, got up there and say that. And literally, y'all, less than 2 years later, this just came out on yesterday. Coinbase and JP Morgan Chase joined forces to make it even easier to access your crypto. Look at that. Chase and Coinbase. It's official. They're working together. They're doing this to accelerate crypto adoption. We're partnering with Chase to offer 3 new ways for their 80 million plus customers to participate in crypto through Coinbase. Good God. We almost done here. Go ahead and raise up those hands, man. Everybody just raise up your hands. I know somebody got something to say. We about to be done here. This came out July 10th of 2025, y'all. I just keep on finding stuff, y'all. I can't help it. I'm built this way now. Project Acacia. Okay. That sounds like one of my homegirls from Tuskegee, right? Project Acacia, okay? RBA, okay, and DFCRC, which is the future of finance, digital finance of CRC and the Reserve Bank of Australia, announced the chosen industry participants and ASIC provides regulatory relief for tokenized asset settlement research projects. What? Chosen participants? What are they even talking about? Oh, look right here, y'all. Issuance of pilot wholesale CBDC for testing use cases will occur on a range of private and public permission DLT platforms, including Hedera, HBAR. I'm gonna take another lap. Good God. Ooh. Heavenly Father, you're the one we're waiting on. Hey, I can't go on any longer on my own. So hear me when I say, Heavenly Father, we need your help today. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we do. Cause we've been saying it so long. We've been saying it so long. Yeah. So it says lead use case participants, Australian Bond Exchange. So the Australian Bond Exchange will be using Hedera. Australian and New Zealand Banking Corporation will be using Hedera. Australian Payments Plus is built on Hedera. Fireblocks is using Hedera. All of these, Northern Trust, all of these banks, Commonwealth Bank of Australia, they're all using HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. Congratulations to the ones that listen. Congratulations to the ones that didn't listen. You the one. Hey, you the one. All right. You just know when the great grandkids say, man, you was alive during this time, Papa, Mima. You was alive during this time. Why didn't you take full advantage of this when these assets was at 6 cents? Family, we bought HBAR at 6 pennies, 5 pennies, 4 pennies. This wasn't that long ago. This was less than 2 years ago. We were buying it at that price. So here we go, y'all. So AUDC's AUDD stablecoin to be used in the Australian Payment Plus tokenized asset use cases with Project Acacia. Look at this right here. As one of the forms of digital money selected by AP Plus in the project, AUDD, which is issued on the Hedera blockchain, will be integrated into their project streams that test all of these things. I'm about to go ahead and just end it right here, y'all. I'm gonna drop my mic. I'm gonna drop the mic real quick, and it is what it is, So raise those hands up, Oh man, woo! Sheesh, I just need a break. Hold on, I just need a breather, man. This is crazy. Anybody else feel that way? Like this is crazy. Anybody else feel that way? Like what? My God.
You know how ridiculous it's going to sound in a couple of years. You got it at 6 cents from. It's going to sound ridiculous. It sounds a little weird now, but when it's $10, $12, $100, I mean, $6, $6,000. I have no idea, but at some point, these things are going to sound ridiculous. I mean, we're fighting over the $3.11 versus the $3.60 or the $3.01. We all fighting about that. But when it's Bitcoin price or even $300 or $400, we're gonna think, man, we was fighting over a Dara at 6 cent versus 27 cents. Saying, did you miss it? Well, it's crazy. I mean, you don't get as many. You didn't start as early, but Zbeck. I mean, how early do you have to be to get it at 0.00065? I mean, I had to go to Perplexity just to figure out how to say 1/1000th of a penny or 1/10,000th of a penny. I mean, we could just start at a penny or 6 cents or 27 cents or $3.11, right, Vince? I mean, it's not like we really. I mean, you ain't missed nothing. It ain't even started yet. That's another funny thing. When you say you're early, I mean, it ain't even started yet. It's so early. The chain link went down to like, I think it dipped to 11 this last couple of months or so. Now it's $17. Chain links are like wrapped around. It's kind of like that Ondo thing. We've seen that graph of chain link is right in the middle of all this technology. It's all being built around it. And we're out here looking at being late on Hedera, whatever. I mean, you don't get as many, but and the Zbeck thing, I mean, I sold some Zbeck.
Look at you.
And I've been living off that little stuff. It's not like I've been living high on the hog. I mean, I might bust down to Burger King twice a week and go get a quarter of a tank of gas instead of $10. It ain't been no big money, but
that's a blessing.
But when you can get it at that, I mean, what is it now? Half a cent. Good God. Oh, I must have missed it. It's half a cent.
I missed it. It's half a penny.
I missed it. It's half a cent.
No.
It could go to a penny. Golly. It's buy it and let that stuff sit. I've looked at some of these things. Like I noticed on Uphold last night. It said, I think it was Polygon. It might have been one of those other P words. Said it was a put on hold for withdrawal. For a while. I don't know how, 20 minutes, 40 days, I don't know. But it kind of makes you want to look at what you're talking about, because I mean, these are pretty that's a pretty strong document. I mean, that's a pretty strong document. Those 3 or 4 words you use right there are probably pretty good words to be entertained by. Entertain yourself, do some research, and maybe look into what those things are, because that's pretty good proof. And that ain't you saying it. You didn't write that document last week and print it to us and show it to us. It ain't your thing.
They didn't hire me. They didn't hire me this time, Billy. They did not hire me this time, but maybe next time they might hire me. Who knows?
It's spreading the news is all you're doing. It's make me write that song. If you don't know us by now, you never know us. Together, y'all. Ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. That's right, Billy. Go ahead. Come on up, Zatrick. Definitely got to hear from Zatrick. What up, man? You good?
Out there with the customers, but this man, I had to leave the building, man, because they don't understand. They're like, why you got your phone? She said, why you gotta work with a phone and a tablet? I said, nah, I'm on the call right now. You ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about right now. She's like, why you holding it at the same time? I'm like, that's what my brother's talking about. I got to hear this, man.
I got you employed, man. Zach, you're gonna need a job with me soon, man. So I got you, Zach. Come on over here, man. Come on over here, work with me, man.
I'm telling you. Look, this is how I was feeling when you was talking, because people would be like, I remember I was looking at Microsoft last night and that shit shot up. I was like, he must be walking. I said, not yet. Not yet, y'all. But with this crypto, I tell you, I'm gonna hit this move right here. Hold on. Tell it.
Oh,
It's rock.
no, you not. Hold on,
Hit
wait. This man crazy. Hold on.
I'm gonna hit that on them boys, bro. I'm ready. I'm ready to hit it. I'm ready to hit it. I'm ready to hit the move. Oh, I done locked myself out. I probably wasn't meant to go back in. You know what I'm saying? I probably wasn't meant to go back in. No cap, but I do got my customers on the floor. But I appreciate the call, man. I'm finna go back in. But hey, I'm ready to get employed, my brother. I ain't gonna lie. We finna take off. Hey.
Jeez, bro. Bro, I'm weak. I am weak. That was funny. Yo, that was funny, y'all. Like, I ain't never like Zatrick is funny, y'all. Like, what? He just walked out, bro, just walked out of work, threw the deuces, locked himself out, and said, I guess I wasn't meant to go back. Oh my goodness, man. Yo, I love the community. I really do. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. If you don't know us by now, you may never know us. That's the truth. I'm gonna continue to speak it. Yo, what up, Yana? Got Yana Banana in the building. But check this out, y'all. This is the last thing I gotta say. I believe, and this is my final take on my personal wealth. We are rich. We're rich in the next 90 days. We're wealthy in the next 4 years. Rich in 90 days, wealthy in 4 years after that. That's my take. Rich in 90, right? Rich in 90, wealthy in 4. We'll never have to think about anything else in 4 years. We'll be rich enough to not think about anything before then, but we'll be wealthy enough to for surely lock it in. We got 90 days to your riches. I hope your bags are packed. I hope you're ready. This thing is going to move fast. I've showed you all time and time again, and I'm looking forward up to it. Exactly. I love y'all. Peace and blessings, and I will see y'all next week for episode number 291. And remember this before y'all go. On episode number 300, which we're 10 episodes away, I will be officially launching my coffee. So the coffee will be available for sale then. It'll be probably available for sale before then, pre-sale, but you guys will be able to get it shipped directly to your door. You can choose the proper grind setting you want. If you want the whole beans, the grinded, whatever you want, we'll have that custom for you. So if you are a coffee lover, or even if you just want to support our channel and buy the coffee for somebody else, we would truly appreciate your support, as my major goal is to take this coffee global. We will be the official coffee of the cryptocurrency industry. Coffee and Crypto Coffee Co. And we're out of here. Have a blessed day, and I will see y'all on episode number 291. Peace.